This is the Engines of Our Ingenuity, made possible by the friends of KUHF Houston.
Today, let us think about research. The University of Houston presents this series about the machines that make our civilization run and the people whose ingenuity created them. Oh, how we misuse that word. We learn something on the internet and we call that research. Research is so much more. The word comes from the Latin word for circus. That means circle. Researchers must circle around a subject, try this, fail, and succeed until they finally know something wholly new. Research has an odd kinship with the word error, from the Latin errant, which means to wander, to deviate from the path, to circle about until we arrive. Error has to lie on our path to understanding. Research and universities are fit companions. This is where we learn that the truth is complex, that the shortest path is rarely a straight line. We cannot know the route to truth ahead of time. The whole reason for having universities is to equip us to ask the second question. Think about flight. Engineering design must be served by research. Example, I recently rode in a Fieseler Storch, Germany's World War II liaison airplane. Our armies, like Germany's, needed to ferry supplies, messages, wounded, and more. So we simply pressed our small private planes like Piper Cubs into service. But the Germans had started from scratch before the war. Their trained engineers did their research as to how such airplanes must be built. So their Storch could take off and land on a dime. It could hover at very low speed. It even looked like a skinny, long-legged stork. War is not friendly to research. We need answers right now in wartime. So we make quick, imperfect decisions. Germany already had the better liaison airplane, but we had no time for research. We had to make do with what we already had. Of course, each side had war machines that were carefully thought out. And speaking of flight, I give you the Wright brothers. They weren't college educated, but they did understand research. They spent 5 years studying the mechanics of flight before they went to Kitty Hawk to build their airplane. Then they spent another 3 years doing research on site. They failed, studied, and eventually succeeded. And that was just the beginning. Flight feeds on constant academic research. All my life I've been surrounded by that work, and by so much more. Here in Houston, our university research serves a vast world at large, but it's also shot through our own medicine, space program, energy industry, art, music, and so much more. Research is an adventure. We enter a terra incognita. We search out our ignorance, and finally, we find means for knowing what no one knew before. I'm John Lienhardt at the University of Houston, where we're interested in the way inventive minds work.